Your books are not better than anyone. People to like your book. Oh my god, people don't have to like the book, but you want 50 of them. Your tendency, you should not have that much books.
Books as a collection, physical space, and cluster.
Now, guys, the first problem is very basic. Books are a solid form. They need physical space. Books are nowadays people are reading quite a chunky books too, and that's a good thing. But if you are not reading that and you are going to just pile them up, you have to understand that you have to put them in a physical space. And not everyone have library in their home. That's not something normal. We don't have that much space in our house. Next is management burden. You do realize that you will have to clean up that space too, right? You will be requiring to pick them up and clean that area. You will have to do cleaning because you have to maintain hygiene in your house, right? You do clean that area too. Yeah, you do. Just kidding. But you have to clean that area, you have to manage them, you have to put them in an order so it doesn't get lost, so it doesn't get mixed every time. You go, oh my god, which one is unread book? You are going to get confused, guys. You're going to get confused. Next problem is the most important problem.
Financial problem.
Okay, you bought many different books that you like and wanted to read, but you bought 50 of them. Do you know how much it cost you just because you saw on social media that people have so much TBR? TBR means to be read. So much TBR books that is just piled up everywhere in their home. That is not again normal, guys. It is going to cost you money.
Is this expensive in
And
itself?
being an adult, I don't think that you want to do that. You don't. Last thing you want to do as an adult is to waste your money on something, especially if reading is something you enjoy. Then comes our next problem: the tendency to want more and more books. As a readers, we all have this tendency. Suppose I am reading this book, and I'm also very excited about the next book that I'm going to read, so I bought them too. But instead of like focusing on this book right now, I'm going to be more focused on the book that I am going to read. I'm going to be really excited. Not like this is something wrong. We all have this tendency, but we get so excited. But the problem come when we act upon this tendency of ours. Not only this, but any tendency of ours, it becomes toxic. We are going to our mentality, even our behavior is going to be more directed towards the tendency rather than what is rational and a sound decision. You are not going to make sound decisions if you are going to act upon your tendency. You should not have that much books in your area, if especially if you are a reader. The next problem is
You won't be able to focus on your current book.
faced with so many options to read, how even you are going to choose. If I want to read a book, but what I see is my in front of myself like 50 books which I bought with my own choice, I'm going to be so confused, guys. How even I am going to think that what I want to read? There are 50 of the books in front of me that I once wanted to read it. This comes the next problem. I no longer want to read that book. This is a real thing. If you bought a book like 5 years ago because you are buying so many books and it is still in your shelf, you're going to be thinking, oh my god, I no longer want to read this book. It's just going to be a waste. It's going to be a complete waste of your books, waste of your time. Now you no longer even want to read this book. And it is not a bad thing. But when you have so many books like this, you realize, suppose you started your reading journey with romance book and you ended up liking philosophical books for some reasons, or it can be vice versa too. But and what you're going to do with the genre, huh? You bought 50 books. Have people's TBR is of hundreds and hundreds book, bought hundreds and hundreds of book. Now you have like 500 book. What you are going to do with them? It costed you money. Your money is important, guys. It's not something to throw around just because you saw something on social media. Don't be like that. Next problem is it makes the focus shift from process to possession. Even if you were someone who liked to read, lot of people say that oh, I'm a collector. But if you're not someone who was a collector but an actual reader, it's going to suck the joy out of reading process. It's going to suck it all, guys. Suck it all. Now we are more focused on possession. You're subconsciously going to think that the more books I have, that means the more smarter I am, or I am not no longer a beginner. You just have to read like two books and you are not a beginner. I mean just like one or two books, that's it. No more than that. You don't have to create a mentality. You don't have to beat yourself up just because you see it on social media. That's okay. What you do is not normal, not something that you see on social media. That doesn't have to be your world, your reality. You create your reality. Oh, I have this silly good book recommendation. Things you can only see when you slow down. Yeah, great book. I'm doing what's happening now. The next problem: seeing books online. When we see some books online, we often think that it is such a great book because the way people hype these books up, the way creators do, because it's their job. This is how they're going to react, of course, or else they won't get any views. So when you actually buy them and you think that, oh my god, I'm not feeling the way they told me that I will be feeling. You're going to feel upset. You're going to feel that you are not smart enough. But my friend, you are smart enough. That just because you saw someone saying that they like this book, it has that much things, it has these lessons, but you didn't found them. That's fine. That's fine. It's your journey. Don't make it about others. Okay, it is fine. Just you don't have to like a book that you saw on social media. This brings me on to my next point. That is, oh guys, I hate this one.
Superiority complex.
Let's be honest. This book community has some crazy, some like bizarre superior complex. Some people who might read only one sort of book, such as philosophical or any book that is labeled as critically something to be made for critical thinking and thought provoking book. They're going to see, oh my god, you read romance, you read non-fiction, you're stupider. I am so tired. I'm so sick of how, like, oh my god. I'm so tired of this thing in this community. It's going to turn this into such a toxic community, guys. Superiority complex when you think that my books are better than yours.
I am so much better than you at everything.
It's not something normal. Your books are not better than anyone. One time, I read a book and I didn't like it. I went on like maybe like Reddit to search more about it, and then there was someone who stated that they didn't like this book that much, and people were like, you are too stupid to understand. Actually, you're dumb, you are a child. Oh my god, people don't have to like the books that you like. Are you an idiot or what? And you are saying that you are someone who do critically think, read thought-provoking books. Bro, you have an IQ of a baby. This is such a thing that I see in this book community so much. Your books are not better than anyone. As someone who reads all sorts of book, the thing with books is that it's like an open treasure. You can take whatever you want and leave the rest. If you want, if you are a person who likes to critically think, you can take a lesson from a romance book too. Okay, this is the thing. You need to understand. You don't have to beat people up. And what happened is that people often started to feel bad about themselves. They even quit their reading journey just because of stupid people online thinking that they're smarter and better. It's just like I'm not like others. So people who read specific very niche things, they always like I'm not like other readers. I am better. I'm not saying that there are no bad books. There are some books that are very problematic, some genre, but we will talk about them in a different video. But what I'm saying in general is that this is turning this community very very toxic, and it is not normal to bully people to like your book. Oh come on guys, grow up, grow. The next problem is,
Judging book by its cover.
now it's nothing bad to judge a book by its cover when it's come to buying book. Of course, If you like pretty looking books, you can buy them. But what happens when you don't even read the summary? You just buy the book only for its cover, and you thought that it's going to be an interesting book. It's not. When you are collecting book, it's a different thing. If you like to collect book, that's a different thing. But this video is for the readers who are losing their joy in the reading. This might be one of the factors. When we think that a book is going to be really interesting just because of their cover, and we didn't like check for their summary what the book is about, then it becomes really upsetting for us. When we read that book, we feel like, oh my god, the cover was so pretty, because it is going to be black and white pages in the end, right? So guys, this was the end of this video. What I want to say in this video is that if you are a reader and you're feeling a bit uncomfortable these days, what's going on, it's because don't follow social media. What I mean is that you don't have to understand something, you don't have to beat up yourself. Just relax. Buy 2 to 3 books a time. It will save you financially too. It will help you a lot. And yeah, subscribe and like and comment if there is something that I missed in this video. See you in the next video. Bye.